What is up, guys? Evan Aldo here. So, quite a few things I want to go over with you guys today. Obviously, FOMC meeting happened yesterday. There's a few things. Arthur Hayes, Jay Powell delivered QT basically over April 1st. Restart of QE. So basically saying Bitcoin 77K was the bottom. We'll continue forward, and then some other people, Ben Cowan, for example, saying it's not basically over. So I mean, it's it depends how you look at it. It depends how you kind of interpret things or whatever. I guess I would kind of regardless of how you view it, I would kind of say that there's a good shot of us gradually recovering into the summer, and then when QE finally starts up again, or QT officially ends, which I think would be probably in June, then you could see the last 6 months being a really good altcoin season. And there's a few things, in terms of right now, I got this Bitcoin long in that's doing really well. I'm not going to tell you exactly where I'm going to take profits on it. If you guys are interested in Discord, you can find that out there. But, ultimately coming up a little bit more in the short term, and I think we could keep doing well here. BYDFI is a good exchange that I've been using. If you guys are interested in trading with BYDFI, you can check it out here. 15% cashback bonus, no KYC, no VPN. In addition, you get 10% off all your fees if you sign up with my link below. Very similar promo, 10% cashback, 10% off your fees, only with my link down below. In addition, you could get up to, for trading volumes, a Rolex, or the value of that. I think you could withdraw that value, which is pretty cool. Ends April 8th, so it's the latest promo. Those are two biggest exchanges I've been using. And the last thing I'll show you, I guess, is Bitcoin 2025 in Las Vegas. I will be there, 10% off if you sign up with my link down below. Discount code, or click the link down below to sign up. So check that out if you guys are interested. And in terms of like the reasoning, a few things that we're looking at here. Ultimately what I like on the 6-day, what I like on the weekly is kind of trigger waves, forming, some good things forming. Even the 6-day, that would probably be, I was almost going to say maybe if you come down farther with this, you get a hidden bull div, but probably more of a trigger wave to, that wave over there. It's looking better. You're getting that green Heiken Ashi candle on the 6-day. Weekly is turning around to the trigger wave. So things on the macro looking pretty good. I mean, the high time frames, I would argue the bearish things, they may not have completely played out, but there's an argument to make that they have played out. Especially the 3-week bear div right there, you came down about 30%. That would be the minimum, I would think, that you would need to come down, where we've come down so far. And then even the monthly bull div, the debate here is, do you have one more leg up, and then you see the next kind of red dot in early next year kind of, give us the grand finale here. So that's the big debate here. I think that we'll keep going. I think that you can keep kind of recovering here. And the thing is, if we look at bull div, snake eyes thing on the 2-day, that's looking pretty good. I think that should at least bring you up to 88K. 90K is kind of what we're looking at, and more of the short term. Next logarithmic is at around almost 91 right now. We're just at about 91, which is really good. Money flow crossover into the green right here, which is a rare bullish sign, I would argue, on the 8-hour. I mean, the last time you kind of saw being in the, it was choppy here, choppy for a while, but when you kind of have choppy in some places, but look, these jumps are, even if it's a small one like that, that's still a good amount. That's still easily enough to bring you up to 93 or whatever. So we're looking generally pretty good. I think we're looking generally pretty good. The other thing too is if you could break above 93, then you should be able to get up to 103 and then potentially breaking up to 120. Now, when would you potentially see 120 into all-time highs? I would think, you would hope by summer, you would hope for something like this. It could be even faster. Impossible to really say, but look at that 10-hour trigger wave coming up. I think a lot could, really happen here. So I would be looking at, really looking for those new all-time highs into the summer. I think you're going to see that gradual kind of recovery here. In the very short term, things are still looking pretty good. I think you want to latch on to some type of place right here, like 88. That may or may not be where I'm looking to, take some profits on my long, maybe. More info down below in the Discord. And oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, if you do sign up to any of the exchanges down below, deposit at least $100 and open a support ticket in the Discord, I'll give you one free month. access to the premium channels in there. Just open a support ticket with your UID once you do that. So check it out if you're interested. Ethereum. So hitting this point right there, trying to bounce off of there. I was talking about, there could be kind of a scalp long opportunity almost right now back up to, 2000 or a little bit more. And I'm really looking at 2150 here. If Bitcoin could get up a little bit more to that 90K or more, I'm kind of rejecting from that point. I guess this would be the first place you could reject from if you lose, 90, 1991 or whatever, this general area. Then you could be headed back down to lower lows. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think this market generally is looking good overall. You got some money flow coming up. You got the same good things that are, kind of that we're seeing that are happening on Bitcoin as well here. And snake eyes on your, what was it, the four-day snake eyes, which is good. Right here, look, I mean, that's very some of that jump up. So if we kind of could plot this, similar to, I guess it would be like that. I mean, it depends how you interpret it. But, if you did something of this nature into the end of May, potentially at 3,000, maybe, up to 4,000 if things go really well. If we look at, ETH versus Bitcoin right here, still trying to latch on, bounce off of this area. Now it's coming down. So, yeah, you're coming back down. Maybe one of these trigger waves will save you. I feel like ETH versus Bitcoin just always finds a way to get destroyed. But 6-day, money flow coming up, bull div, that's good. I wouldn't bet against that. I wouldn't bet that we're going to make a lower low just yet. If we do, their next big place is going to be around here. These lows, I kind of don't think you're going to go that low, but, obviously anything could happen. And that would probably happen some point between here and June if you think that's going to be the true end to quantitative tightening. So that's what we're kind of looking at right there. Bitcoin dominance just bouncing around. I mean, your larger time frames, this is kind of the arguments we're making for altcoin season. Your 2-week money flow is finally coming down. You're going to get that bear div, very soon. So that could be really a change of direction for Bitcoin dominance. Other thing that would help our altcoin argument would be this pattern on others versus Bitcoin. You bottomed out in December of 2016. 4 years and a month later, you bottomed out in January of 21. 4 years and a month later after that, you bottomed out in February so far. It could go lower. Who knows? I think that's probably the bottom as long as you hold these lows right there. So, yeah. And then we're looking at, I think the 2-week, you're going to get a bull div relatively soon. If you get that bull div at the same time, you get that bear div on Bitcoin dominance that I just showed you guys on the 2-week. That could be a really good sign for a reversal for altcoins to do very, very well here. If you're looking at others, which is everything outside the top 10 market cap, looking like you're making a higher low, money flow coming up there. I do think, call me crazy, call me too optimistic, but I do think that you can get up somewhere between 900 billion for this total. So in total, so almost 300% gain into end of year, typical 4-year cycle. I think there's a good shot. I think there's definitely a good shot. A couple other coins I've been looking at that could be good buys right now. SWI was down a lot, hitting a big point. Kind of the new bandwagon coin. I think you got a good shot of kind of, recovering here and doing something cool. Maybe getting back up to those highs in a few months or something. I think there's a good shot. AVAX as well. Always like AVAX. Made a lower low, but now you're above that low, which is, strengthening the argument for recovery here. Definitely strengthening the argument for recovery here. And if you can kind of do something like this or something like this, these are two places that we would look to, potentially do something like, especially back here. I kind of like this, this situation. Not bad if I do say so myself. That's your argument for end of summer or sometime in summer getting up to those old all-time highs, which would be a really nice return, about a 5x from here. So that's really good for AVAX. So I think there's a lot of possibilities there. And, if you're looking at, because we kind of want, these, yields to go down, which would equate to more money printing, things like that, to get altcoin season going, similar to how we saw, a lot of alts do really well as this came down in October of, 23. Everything came down, including alts, though, in 2024. So I'm hoping more like this as alts can kind of continue to recover here. We see some interest rates go down. We see traditional markets, potentially recovering as well, such as the triple Q here. and hitting a big point there. I think there's an argument to make that that continues to recover, as well as hopefully as yields go down. Powell sounded more hawkish than he had to sound, but you're looking at, when we look at we looked at Treasury or yields as they're coming down. I think the market interpreted him as kind of not that hawkish, saying the inflation from tariffs is kind of transitory. I don't think there's much evidence of inflation from tariffs just yet, but that's to be seen. So yeah, ultimately that's the main things I'm looking at for this market. It overall looks bullish. I think we can continue forward. And even if you look at funding rates here, they're not bad. This was actually a negative funding rate a little while ago, I think. So I'll take it. Nice 1K in profit here. I've been doing a technique a lot. They called the slong technique, for lack of a better term. But going long and going short at the same time with good risk-reward ratios, if you win half of those trades, you'll be plenty profitable, which worked out really well here so far. So I'll see you guys real soon. I'll see you guys in the Discord. Check it out. Link down below. Check out the exchanges down below too if you're interested. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye.